Hi everyone, Ian again. It is June 15th, 2023, and it's still cold here for some reason. I don't know why it's cold in California in the month of June. That's how things be sometimes. So I'm going to read two poems today. The first one is called Peking Reveries, which is an original poem by me, and the second is called April Moon by the Asian American Cathy Song. All right, let's do this. The first poem was inspired by a visit I took to Los Angeles many years ago. I went into a print shop and they were selling nightclub posters from the 1910s, 1920s, things like that. And there were a bunch of them. A couple of them were real and some of them were just prints, but they were selling. I saw, tons of people buying these prints. And they were basically adorned with Chinese dancers on them, which at the time was a way to promote these nightclubs because they were bringing exotic dancers and things like that. But I was imagining what would happen if someone had this obsession that led them down a downward spiral of nostalgia and things like that. So that reverie inspired this poem, which is called Peking Reveries. He hoards yellow nightclub posters of Chinese dancers who complimented their plumpness with ashen pearls. They still beckon him to watch them in Glasgow, or Piccadilly, Paris, North Chelsea, or Chicago. These dancers are all dead and gone, but his hallway still roars with the wild, wild waltzes of their day. He melts slowly into his fantasy. For 10 decades, their wet lipstick have sustained their crimson shades. Cigar clouds from elegant gentlemen softly eclipse the taste of coal as it tenderly presses against his lips. She advises an evening ride by boat over the Rhone, and he obliges most cordially until he wakes up all alone. That was the first poem. The second poem is called April Moon, and as I mentioned, it's by Cathy Song, whose poetry I was introduced to back in college some years ago. So I'm pleased to read this poem. It's called April Moon by Cathy Song. The moon tonight is closer to us than it will be for the rest of the year, grace willing, the year we will remember as the Great Pandemic. Pulling us closer into its orbit, shining the light of its fullness into the room, we turn to hold in our hands each other's face as if for the first time. And the last, pink moon, egg moon, moon of new grass. And thank you. That was April Moon by Cathy Song. If you look in the description, I went ahead and pasted both of the poems just so that you can get a visual appeal of the works. And I fully appreciate those that are watching. I'll come out with a new video maybe tomorrow, and we'll see you next time.